here today and perform a song for you guys. The song is called Somebody. It is featured on my new CD that I just released. I do have copies for purchase if you guys want to check it out. The album features the mayor of my city, Mayor Marcus Muhammad, and a lot of artists from my city as well. It's a very good project, 20 plus songs. But we came here today with the message. We want everybody to know that everybody is somebody. Don't never let nobody tell you that you're not nobody or that you're not anybody, because everybody is somebody. So with that said, you can give it a play when you're ready. Like I said, this song is featured on my project. It's called Somebody. Don't you never let nobody tell you you ain't nobody, cause everybody is somebody. Don't you never let nobody tell you you ain't nobody, cause everybody is somebody. Don't you never let nobody tell you you ain't nobody.
We have money, we'll have charities for homeless kids. A lot of we give them school supplies and buy the parents' cars.
Yes, we had a lot of amazing ideas about giving back to kids who don't have what they need. And so these three gentlemen just spoke about how we can go through so many charitable ways and also giving. And I think that Lamar has a future in philanthropy. Our last one is practice. So after discussing all those things, we came to a point where it's like, okay, what's something that you can implement on Monday? Like, what's something that you can go back to your community and help out with? So, Damari, you want to talk a little bit about that?
Families can meet up and talk together about discuss about their problem and future, about donate money to them and donate bikes.
So Damari had this amazing idea. I said, what if you had a friend who couldn't get to school? He said, I give him my bike. Yeah, so it was one of those moments where it's like, that's amazing that you think to just give to others when they don't have what they need. So, yeah, we're all good. We're done.
Let nobody tell you you ain't nobody, cause everybody is somebody. Off rip, I'm a man, that's what I stand on. Money, power, and success is what I planned on. As a youngin', we was getting our hand to hand on. Block to block, we built this city that we stand on. I know exactly who I am, though I sound confident. All my goals and my dreams I'm accomplishing. I'm lifetime, no matter what, you can't stop this. MJ, fade away, you can't block this. One of my biggest goals in life was make my granny proud. Now one of my biggest goals in life is make my daughter smile. I'm Oscar proud, I do whatever to hold the family down. Faith is Caesar, the seed, I move a mountain rhyme. Nobody held my city down the way I hold it down. Nobody came and rocked my town the way I rock my town. I'm an underground king and I demand my crown. I'm an underground king, I want it now.
I'm just gonna put that out there now. And then my fellows are like, we kind of out not thinking the box type of people anyway. So that's kind of how we started. But I'm just gonna go through some of the things that we had. I wrote down, students did all the work. Now keep in mind, I just wrote down, students did all the work. I just wrote down, students did all the work. So we started off talking about getting, the first question we asked was, what age group would you be at in 5th grade? And the answer was between 6th, 7th, and 8th, right? Or 3rd grade, I'm sorry, 3rd grade, 6th, 7th, 8th grade, pardon me, right? Thank you for correcting me. The next question was, what does reading mean? So when I asked what reading means, let me see, you said, who was first? You said? Grammar. Grammar?
I say comprehension.
Grammar, comprehension.
Interpretation.
All right. Now, if you notice, That's what they're not looking at it. You follow where I'm going? All right. So we could have stopped. So what does reading mean? All right. And they said, well, we have to work on comprehension, grammar, interpretation. That's the first minute. We could have stopped there, right? But my next question was, what do we do? What do we help kids use their grammar, their comprehension, interpretation? What's the best format to do that? And we said to do what?
I'm sorry?
Well, where were we going to do this at? What was the process? Summer school. So these children identified to help students do better in school. All right, one of the things we could do would be summer school, right? And so what would we do in summer school? What were some of the things that we were doing in summer school?
One thing we mentioned was we would have the teachers contact the parents and then teach them the strategies of how their kids can develop better reading skills.
What was another thing that we talked about? What were we doing in summer school?
We also said like actually making the kids interested and more like into reading instead of making it all boring. Like get them to like have fun while they're learning. So we said make it more interesting.
What else did we say, sir?
It's like making an example, like highlight people how to play basketball. So every time you had a basketball in your hand and they'll say a word and you shoot the basketball, you get it right. So on the test, you won't have trouble memorizing the word. You already know it. It's how most kids be when they get nervous on the test. They want to be nervous anymore. So that's what I
did. Well, let him go first and I'll let you go. What did you say yours was? Yes.
Oh, just do like activities and stuff about learning.
Okay.
And then like they'll have fun doing it.
Okay.
They'll remember it.
Go ahead, sir.
And I'll come back to it.
Okay. You had an idea too, right? You talked about one.
Oh, mine was about phonograms. Yeah, mine was about not just emphasizing spelling tests, like doing phonograms and the chunking of the actual word and the patterns.
Good. Now, what did you say? What was yours again?
I said on tests, like if you had tests inside school or something, like they give you like a certain limit or a certain time to do it and to finish it. So like we was talking about like if they give you more time to do it, like you could get a better score on it. So if you got like more time to practice and practice and practice, and they give you more time to do it on the test, it's not like cheating. So it's just like having more time on the test, so you can get a better score so you can actually think about it.
Okay. Now we could go on, but to be, let me just do a recap of what we did real quick. These gentlemen all identified kinesthetic learning, engagement, multimedia learning, phonics, and summer school helping to end the summer slide. They did that all by themselves. I just wrote it down on the paper. You have a question, sir? This is my mic.
My name's Donovan, and I'm really big into reading now. And I think back at a point when I was in school and I was not into reading, and I kind of found myself every week buying books. But I think back, and I don't recall many situations where I was given the opportunity to go into the library where we have this big, vast amount of books and look for a book that I was personally interested in. I recall always being given a list of books and saying, pick something out of this list. And 9 times out of 10, I'm going through this list like, okay, which one's the shortest, because I don't care about none of these books. But if I feel like if students and youth had the opportunity to try to understand what they had a passion in, they would pick books that are higher than their natural level because they want to learn more about those things, rather than you saying, read Charles Dickens. I'm not interested in Charles Dickens. I'm not going to read it to understand it. I'm going to read it because I was told to. So that's kind of my reflection after hearing this.
Bravo. Thank you. Now, anyway, so the brother talked about that. So we have engagement, more interesting reading and engaging text. They actually mentioned that. They didn't mention it now, but they actually mentioned the same thing you did earlier. We could talk more because this was an excellent group of kids. They did graduate level work. They identified all the markers that we use in our adult terms, but they did it in their own words. They did excellent work. Thank you, gentlemen. And
Tell you you ain't nobody, cause everybody is somebody. Don't you never let nobody tell you you ain't nobody, cause everybody is somebody. Don't you never let nobody tell you you ain't nobody, cause everybody is somebody. Don't you never let nobody tell you you ain't nobody, cause everybody is somebody. Somebody in the first grade, same me, white tee on the first day. Even learn about Dr. King and his dream. But my city segregated, so we were seldom seen. I made my side of the bridge, and they knew what I mean. Me, I'd rather make a plan, but I respect your dream. As a people, we gotta stand for what we mean. Trayvon Martin could have been you, he could have been me. But it would have been in reverse, my brother, you know me. Still a man in the casket on national TV. Young dog facing time on CNN. Wonder if he would have loved with his freedom men, or would his soul would have rocked and never again. Cause we gotta see God in the end. My joy is in the wind. I feel like if you see it, we can make it. Don't you never let nobody tell you you ain't nobody.
For entering the workforce, and it was kind of interesting, and I really loved having a mix of the two because we had some freshmen with those who are doing co-op as well as preparing to graduate from high school and enter college. So we kind of took it from a different perspective as not being post-graduation from college, but being able to incorporate that into their high school development. So I'm going to let you take it away.
Hi, my name is Nigel and I'm from Benton Harbor, Michigan. Okay, we learned about workforces and what can you do to ensure you and your peers successfully enter the workforce. Well, networking with people and participating in volunteer activities can cause you to have more experience on your resume. And getting good grades, looking for job opportunities, and joining school programs can also help you. And having talks with parents or your parents' co-workers about their job can also help you too.
Hi, my name is Malaysia and I'm from Ben Harbor. Childhood laws and rules help you successfully enter the workforce. Well, you can decrease the age of getting a job and increase the number of hours that you're allowed to work. And despite your age, in every job, minimum wage should be $8.50 because by the time the taxes come, you won't be making any money.
Give this girl a job. She did it.
You can decide where your taxes go. Like we in this dance group, and like we can if we was decide where our taxes go, we're put it into like what we need.
As you already heard, my name is Nehemiah and I'm from Lansing, Michigan. If you had the money, what would you invest to help more young people successfully enter the workforce? We said education from grade school to college, paid internships, programs that will suit our interests, clothes that we can use to be professional at work, workforce preparation in school, resume and cover letter, sorts of skill training, support for these, and these are pre-existing conditions to obtain employment. Thank you.
Hi, my name is Faith Jackson. Francis Jackson's daughter. Hey, mommy. So for practice, what can parents, teachers, and other adults do to help young people successful into the workforce? We talked about parents can talk to us about our future and opinions, and like have us be more independent with ourselves. And I know my mom always tells me, if you want to do something, go out, get the information, and bring it back to her so she can help me out with it. We also talked about mentoring and them helping us do like trainings in schools and help us like transportation to places we're going. We have a program to do, help drive us there on time, and just be there for support for us.
Never let nobody tell you you ain't nobody. 'Cause everybody is somebody. Don't you never let nobody tell you you ain't nobody. 'Cause everybody is somebody. Don't you never let nobody tell you you ain't nobody. 'Cause everybody is somebody. My city is dedicate this song. It's good music from a grown-up perspective, you know what I'm saying? Like, I do a lot of mentoring in my city, I do a lot of volunteer work, and a lot of the music that I produce is to spread a message to the youth, try to get them on the right path before it's too late, you know what I'm saying? Like, and I'm hands-on, like I'm a real Vietnam kid, you know what I'm saying? I've been through the struggle, I really grew up in that, you know what I'm saying? So I understand it, so I try to provide a little guidance to the youth before they get, you know, in the hands of the wrong situation.
We were having a lot of suggestions from everybody, so we actually didn't get through all 4 questions. We got through 3 of them. And we're gonna have our students start.
So for Power, we did separate classes with multiple grades, so like the sophomores with the sophomores, juniors with juniors. And then we also said create more clubs throughout the school year to help students get more involved.
Oh boy.
So one of the questions was, how could laws and rules change to help more young people complete education or training beyond high school? So as a group, they want to be shy now, but they came up with a lot of things that should be laws to, you know, encourage people to go into college. So go ahead, Alex.
All schools have to use some form of technology.
Yeah, what Alex said.
We said we'll use more technology to get like the students more involved, so like the students can learn on like their phones and like smart boards, tablets, computers. So that'll be like one way of learning for them.
And
One of the reasons why we came up with these as laws was because our group, they were in various school districts and all attended different schools, but everybody had some type of different resource. So we came up with technology as a law so that it would kind of equal the playing field. So one of our last ones was, what could parents, teachers, and other adults do to help encourage students to complete training beyond high school? And you have some good answers on what parents and adults can do, right?
Well, one of my ideas were parents to teach their kids how to drive so they can go to school. Okay, life skills. Okay. Other than life skills, like emotional support, mentoring, and being reliable. What she says.
I'd like to thank y'all for having lunch. Made a long ride coming down to the This is just one song on my podcast, brother. Telling you ain't nobody. You got the words, you can sing along. Don't you never let nobody tell you ain't nobody. Cause everybody is somebody. Don't you never let nobody. Don't never let nobody tell you you ain't nobody. Don't never let nobody tell you what you can't do. Because they can do it. I'm firm believing in that. Everybody is somebody.
Was graduating ready for college and career. And we had an awesome guest in our room, Mr. Chauncey Spencer. And he provided a lot of useful information, so much so he got us so involved in our conversations that we only got through 2 of the questions. So we're going to let Diamond and Jose read out our responses.
So the first one was power, and we put down to push harder, stay encouraged, and encourage others. And then for the second part, we put, just keep going and think about what we can do in our lives and how to make it better for those around us. And I guess that's really it. There's not really much else to it. What can you do to be sure you and your peers are ready for college and career? So, push harder and stay encouraged and encourage others around you to do the best that they can do besides what you can do yourself.
Okay, hello, I'm Diamond. And written policy. How could laws and rules help people your age graduate ready for college and career? So we basically talked about having more classes that we could be interested in. And one of the girls were saying that we could have if you're in 11th grade, take a 12th grade class if you want to, because it's never too late. It's like you want to learn, and if you can learn, then why not? So you want to learn as much as you can, and I think that'll help kids if they get to pick a class that they want to be in. I think that'll help them stay in school a little more. And we also talked about some internships and things like that the kids can go into, especially for young men who are working hands-on and things like that. So yeah. Okay, so this one is, if you had the money, what would you invest in to help people your age graduate ready for college and career? So if I had the money to help kids my age and in school, I probably have more Boys and Girls Clubs, just because I know when I was in the Boys and Girls Clubs, they helped with a lot of things. They helped you with tutoring and getting work done, and it was fun. And so I think I would invest in more Boys and Girls Clubs, and so the kids won't be on the street. They could come and do the Boys and Girls Club and different things like that. So yeah.
Personally, I think since I'm in the robotics program myself, so I'd probably invest more in the robotics program because personally, my experiences, they help you learn more things like CADing, programming, working with hands-on tools and stuff like that. So it really just brings in everything that we talked about, like with internships and stuff like that, and hands-on work. And you know, it's just better for everybody. You know, you have a good time, you make friends and whatnot.
Yeah. Practice. What should parents, teachers, and other adults to help people your age? What should parents, teachers, and other adults do to help people your age graduate, ready for college and career?
Well, I guess more of just support what they're doing and not really tear them down like some people would. Like keep them restricted and in the house. And, you know, just like things like that, you know, help them along, encourage them, you know, when they do something good, hey, I'm proud of you, or, you know, stuff like that instead of, nope, do it again. You know what I mean? It's just little things.
Yeah, like you were saying, support them. I think maybe, I don't know, not really give them a prize, but like make sure they know that you're there for them and can help them out when they need help. And they can come to you and not think that you're going to bring them down or anything, just like you were saying. I think that'd be, yeah, that's gonna help. That will help them.